A Swiss army knife of vehicles, which brings me nicely onto this. This costs less than 25,000 US dollars. They've created the first affordable pickup truck, probably for international markets.
Something is shifting inside China's truck industry, and rival manufacturers are nervous. 5 new pickups are ready for launch, each built with technology that edges into territory once considered impossible.
The i40 hybrid powertrain strategy, with its longitudinal parallel architecture, combines the benefits of both sources. It utilizes the engine's optimal thermal efficiency range and the electric motor's low-speed, high-torque characteristics for instant power delivery.
Engines that run clean under brutal conditions, power systems that deliver instant heavy load pull, bodies engineered to survive impacts that kill normal trucks, and real range that challenges diesel dominance. And the 5th truck has a feature that could wipe out half the competition the moment it arrives. GWM Poer Shanhai Hi 4T. What happens when Chinese engineers decide that conventional pickups aren't powerful enough, efficient enough, or capable enough? They create something like the GWM Poer Hi 4T, a plug-in hybrid that laughs in the face of physics. Launched in June 2025 with prices ranging from $32,000 to $35,000, the Shanhai Poer Hi 4T is built on GWM's tank platform. The Shanhai name translates to mountain and sea, a poetic reference that hints at the vehicle's ambitions to conquer any terrain. But this isn't a car-based lifestyle pickup masquerading as a workhorse. This is old-school body-on-frame construction enhanced with 21st century technology. The powertrain is where things get properly mental. The Hi 4T powertrain architecture represents Great Wall Motors' most advanced hybrid system, specifically engineered for off-road and heavy-duty applications. At its heart sits a 2-liter turbocharged Miller cycle engine developing 155 kilowatts and 340 newton meters, paired with a 9-speed hydraulic automatic transmission designated 9-hat. The combined system output of the front and rear motor reaches 300 kilowatts and a crushing 750 newton meters of torque. Let those numbers sink in for a moment. 750 newton meters from a mid-size pickup truck. That's more twist than you'll find in most full-size American pickups, delivered with the instantaneous response that only electric motors can provide. Yet, that is not all. The result? 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 6.9 seconds. But raw power is only part of the story. The 37.1 kilowatt-hour battery provides 115 kilometers of pure electric range, a range that is enough for a week's worth of commuting on just 1 or 2 charges. Switch to intelligent mode on the highway, and fuel consumption drops to an almost unbelievable 1.7 liters per 100 kilometer, with a combined range reaching 1,000 kilometers. The chassis engineering reveals GWM's obsession with capability. The battery mounts on the frame rather than underneath it, maintaining over 400 millimeters of ground clearance. Protective plates feature galvanized surfaces, electrophoretic coatings, and anti-scratch layers. The high-energy density ternary lithium battery has passed rigorous high-temperature, immersion, and compression testing. 9 drive modes, tank turn functionality, off-road cruise control, and an off-road information display make this truck a legitimate rock crawler. But if you want to power your campsite, the Poer Hi 4T supports up to 6 kilowatts of external power output, with a 220-volt outlet delivering 2.2 kilowatts directly from the cargo bed. With a towing capacity of 3.3 tons and 24 matrix-style anchor points, 4 hooks, and 4 reserved power ports, this isn't just a truck anymore. It has become a mobile command center that happens to sip fuel like a hybrid sedan while delivering supercar acceleration. Geely Radar RD6. Picture this. A pickup truck that costs less than a mid-range sedan, moves like a sports car, breathes out 0 emissions, and still crosses 600 kilometers on a single charge. Sounds like a rumor whispered from the future, but it's already here. And its name is the Geely Radar RD6, a machine built not to improve pickup trucks, but to challenge their very definition. This isn't a hybrid disguised as innovation. It isn't a range extender pretending to be progress. What you're about to meet is a pure electric pickup, one that accelerates from 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds, yet somehow stays under the $25,000 mark. A combination so unusual that even seasoned auto reviewers doubted it at first glance. The RD6 didn't come from an old brand chasing relevance. It emerged from Geely's brand new Radar Auto division in September 2022, born directly from the same sustainable experience architecture platform that powers China's most advanced EVs. At 5,260 millimeters long, with a wheelbase stretching 3,120 millimeters, it stands shoulder to shoulder with the Toyota Hilux in size, yet feels like it belongs to a different era entirely. Its exterior makes that statement immediately. The design borrows the clean, modern language of the Geely Haoyu SUV, intentionally avoiding the exaggerated, muscle-bound aesthetic that has dominated pickups for decades. But don't let that calm posture fool you. Beneath the quiet lines sits a rear-mounted permanent magnet motor pushing 200 kilowatts and 384 newton-meters of torque, numbers that turn skepticism into silence. And while purists may raise eyebrows at the single-motor setup, the stopwatch tells the truth. 0 to 100 in 7.3 seconds. That's sports sedan behavior wrapped in pickup practicality, backed by instant electric torque that makes combustion engines feel like relics. With a top speed capped at 185 kilometers per hour, the RD6 was engineered to glide through weekday traffic and still conquer weekend escapes without hesitation. But the part that truly shifts the conversation? The battery system. 3 configurations, each capable of transforming the pickup from a city commuter to a genuine long-range hauler. Official towing data hasn't been released, but the platform already supports models that can pull 3,000 kilograms, hinting at capability far beyond its price class. Inside, the surprise continues. The cabin abandons everything pickup interiors once stood for. Dual 12.3-inch displays, a 9-inch head-up display, and 72-color ambient lighting create an atmosphere closer to a premium lounge than a workhorse. The materials echo the Haoyu SUV. Intelligent voice controls, seamless connectivity, and Level 2 driver assistance of 12 advanced functions including adaptive cruise and collision alerts come standard, not optional. Charging performance seals the deal. With 120 kilowatt fast charging, the RD6 can gain 120 kilometers of range in just 15 minutes. And for everyday owners, an overnight AC charge of around 11 hours means waking up to a full battery becomes routine, not a luxury. Then comes the surprise that stops every conversation. $25,000 before discounts, $18,000 after. A price that doesn't merely disrupt the pickup segment, they detonate it. Then Geely adds a 4-year, 100,000-kilometer warranty and an 8-year battery warranty as the final assurance. But the real breakthrough isn't in the specs, or the price, or even the technology. The RD6 is a complete reimagining of what a pickup can be when efficiency, intelligence, and environmental responsibility take center stage without sacrificing practicality. And while the RD6 represents electric purity at its boldest, the next machine waiting in the wings isn't about purity at all, but something entirely different. JAC Hunter PHEV. What do you get when you take 1,000 Newton-meter of torque and stuff it into a pickup truck? You get the JAC Hunter PHEV, a vehicle that makes the phrase electrified muscle sound like an understatement. Making its global debut in Australia in 2025 ahead of a 2026 launch, the JAC Hunter PHEV packs an astonishing 385 kilowatts and 1,000 Newton-meter of torque. Numbers that eclipse virtually every other plug-in hybrid truck on the market. That's 250 Newton-meters more torque than the GWM Canon Alpha and 118 more than the supercharged 6.2-liter V8 Ram 1500 TRX. The secret to this powerhouse? A sophisticated powertrain combining a 2-liter turbocharged petrol engine producing 160 kilowatts and 370 Newton-meters with 2 permanent magnet electric motors. The front motor delivers 130 kilowatts peak and 300 Newton-meter peak, while the rear unit adds 150 kilowatts peak and 340 Newton-meter peak, all managed through a 4-speed DHT transmission. The power comes from a 31.2 kilowatt-hour lithium iron phosphate battery that supports CCS2 charging, reaching 100% in about 1 hour and 25 minutes on DC fast charging, or roughly 4 hours and 30 minutes on standard AC. JAC is targeting at least 100 kilometers of electric-only range, which is enough for most daily commutes without burning a drop of fuel. In China, the vehicle launched as the T9 Hunter PHEV, with more details emerging. The system delivers 523 PS maximum power, accelerating from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 5.9 seconds for what JAC calls a supercar-like catapult push experience. But let's talk about its strength for a minute. The Hunter PHEV can tow a 3.5-ton houseboat or mobile villa, earning it the nickname China's Pickup Power King. Inside of this power horse, the Hunter PHEV mirrors the diesel T9's cabin with a 10.4-inch portrait touchscreen infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration, alongside a 10.25-inch digital instrument cluster. Added features include JAC's comprehensive driver assistance suite, enhanced autonomous emergency braking, adaptive cruise control with stop-and-go functionality, and a 360-degree camera system. In other words, the Hunter will also feature a vehicle-to-load system that allows owners to power tools, appliances, and even provide emergency backup power from the vehicle's battery. The Chinese pricing starts at roughly $22,000, though Australian pricing is expected to be closer to $72,000 to compete with the Ford Ranger PHEV. The remarkable aspect of the Hunter PHEV isn't just its headline power numbers, though those certainly grab attention. It's the demonstration of how far Chinese manufacturers have come in developing sophisticated hybrid powertrains that don't just match but meaningfully exceed the capabilities of established Western competitors. When a Chinese pickup truck delivers more torque than a Ram TRX, the industry dynamics have fundamentally shifted. The Hunter represents JAC's statement of technological prowess, a declaration that Chinese engineering has arrived at the highest levels of performance. Jetour F700. What if your pickup truck could drive across rivers? Not just drive, but actually float and propel itself across water at nearly 9 kilometers per hour? Welcome to the Jetour F700. The pickup truck that makes James Bond's submarine car look mundane. But this isn't another rebadged commercial vehicle with leather seats. The Zongheng series features military-grade turbine propulsion, achieving maximum water speeds of 4.5 knots with stable navigation for up to 40 minutes. It means your next pickup might double as a boat. But let's back up and examine the foundation. The F700 adopts the CDMO plug-in hybrid system, combining a 2-liter turbocharged engine for 155 kilowatts with a 2-speed DHT drivetrain producing 210 kilowatts, plus a 300 kilowatt electric motor in the rear axle. The math here is staggering because you're looking at combined outputs that make conventional pickups look antiquated. This isn't evolutionary improvement. It's a complete reimagining. The platform itself shares DNA with the Zongheng G700 SUV, inheriting that model's obsessive focus on extreme capability. Air suspension enables ground clearance adjustment ranging from 150 to 350 millimeters, meaning you can raise the truck for boulder-strewn trails or lower it for highway efficiency. The adaptability extends beyond suspension. This is a vehicle engineered to conquer multiple environments without compromise. Inside, Jetour abandoned the utilitarian pickup ethos entirely. The interior accommodates up to 6 people in a 2+2+2 seating arrangement, with the middle row offering captain's seats featuring electric footrests and dedicated ceiling-mounted screens. This is Range Rover territory, not traditional pickup thinking. The technology integration deserves its own spotlight. Models feature Huawei's Changkun ADS 3.0 intelligent driving system, supporting highway and urban navigation, autonomous parking, and drone-enabled off-road exploration. The F700 can deploy drones for reconnaissance, allowing you to scout difficult terrain before attempting a crossing. It's the kind of capability that blurs the line between civilian vehicle and military hardware. But there's something else that needs to be talked about. The Zongheng series vehicles come with an amphibious mode, equipped with ship-grade rust-resistant components and an advanced stabilization system for extreme conditions on land and water. This isn't a gimmick, but an engineered durability that opens possibilities most pickup buyers never consider, and that is crossing flooded rivers during emergencies, accessing lakeside campsites, and conducting marine research. The applications multiply once you think beyond pavement. The charging architecture brings another competitive advantage. Built on an 800-volt architecture, the system supports fast charging from 20 to 80% battery capacity in just 10 minutes. That's game-changing for long-distance travel. Pull into a charging station, grab coffee, and return to an 80% charge. Range anxiety? Not here. Performance numbers border on the ludicrous. The F700's plug-in hybrid powertrain delivers combined outputs from a 2-liter turbo gasoline engine, producing 211 horsepower, plus an electric motor on the rear axle, generating 408 horsepower, with an integrated DHT 2-speed automatic contributing another 286 horsepower. We're talking about power figures that would embarrass dedicated sports cars, packaged in a vehicle designed to ford rivers and crawl over rocks. The concept version showcased at the January 2025 reveal pushed boundaries even further. It featured rear-hinged doors, cameras replacing side mirrors, no B-pillars, all-terrain tires, and wide wheel arches. While production realities may have tempered some of these features, the ambition remains clear. Jetour isn't interested in incremental improvements. They're pursuing revolutionary changes. Battery capacity enables a serious range, with the lithium iron phosphate battery offering up to 1,400 kilometers in combined operation, effectively eliminating range concerns for all but the most extreme expeditions. You could drive from Shanghai to Beijing and back without refueling anxiety. But the juiciest part of the deal is the mouth-watering price range between $48,000 to $50,000. Launching in China during the third quarter of 2025, the F700 is set for an international audience. This global rollout strategy signals Jetour's confidence. They're not testing waters in friendly markets first. They're going straight for established pickup strongholds where Toyota and Ford have dominated for decades. This truck represents more than transportation. It's a statement that pickup capability no longer means choosing between luxury and utility, between road comfort and off-road prowess, between conventional and aquatic mobility. The F700 delivers all of it simultaneously, without apology. Chery Himla Rely R08. Sometimes, revolution doesn't mean reinventing the wheel. It means building a better wheel and pricing it so aggressively that everyone else looks overpriced. That's the Chery Himla strategy, and it's brilliant in its simplicity. But what if your pickup truck was smarter than your laptop? Marketed as the Rely R08 in China, the Chery Himla poses this question while targeting the heart of the pickup market. Serious work trucks for serious work. It integrates the 8155 chip with a 15.6-inch high-definition floating central control screen, becoming the only mass-produced model in its class equipped with this flagship-level computing power. Yet this isn't about flashy features. It's about transforming how professionals interact with their most important tool. Think about the typical workday for contractors, farmers, or delivery drivers. Routes need planning, customers require coordination, and supplies demand tracking. The system wakes in milliseconds, allowing users to simultaneously navigate multiple delivery addresses with optimized routing, communicate and monitor traffic conditions, all with lag-free multitasking. The chip processes these operations without the frustration of frozen screens or delayed responses that plague cheaper systems. On the other hand, the mechanical foundation is refreshingly straightforward. With a 2.3-liter turbocharged diesel engine from Dongfeng Light Engine, the Chery Himla produces 120 kilowatts of power with reported fuel consumption of 7.8 liters per 100 kilometers. These aren't headline-grabbing numbers, but they represent something more valuable for working trucks: reliability and efficiency. The 150 km/h top speed won't win races, but it's perfectly adequate for highway cruising. The next point of interest is the capability numbers that align with real-world demands. The truck offers a 495 kilograms rated payload and towing capacity up to 2.7 tons, depending on configuration. The load bay measures 1,530 millimeters long, 1,620 millimeters wide, and 515 millimeters high, with a claimed packing capacity of 1,276 liters. These dimensions accommodate standard pallets, construction materials, and farming equipment, the everyday loads that define pickup utility. The off-road specifications reveal serious design intent. Approach and departure angles measure 33 and 24 degrees respectively, meaning the Himla won't high center on steep inclines or scrape its rear bumper descending embankments. The interior prioritizes functionality over flashiness, housing a 15.9-inch central multimedia touchscreen, digital instrument cluster, leather seats, electric front seat adjustment, and wireless charging. These features enhance daily use without adding complexity that creates maintenance headaches. You can hose out the floor mats, adjust seats electrically after a long day, and charge your phone wirelessly. All practical touches that accumulate into significant quality-of-life improvements. Voice interaction leverages that powerful 8155 chip. Users can issue complex consecutive commands like planning campsite routes while avoiding congestion and executing multiple tasks simultaneously. This isn't voice control that requires specific phrasing and is frequently misunderstood. It's conversational interaction that actually works. The business model demonstrates strategic thinking and expected pricing ranges between $13,000 to $20,000. This positions the Himla competitively against established players while offering technology that rivals vehicles costing significantly more. Chery isn't trying to out-luxury the premium brands. They're delivering exceptional value to working professionals who need capability, not prestige. Future powertrain expansion promises versatility, with a petrol engine option, a rumored 2-liter turbo, an EV variant, and a plug-in hybrid combining petrol and diesel engines. This diversity allows customers to select powertrains matching their specific needs. Long-distance haulers might prefer diesel efficiency, urban contractors could choose plug-in hybrids for emission-free city operation, while budget-conscious buyers might opt for petrol variants. After its launch in China on September 20th, 2025, and export markets following throughout 2026 and 2027, these trucks are entering production now, heading to dealerships soon. But what makes the Chery Himla truly remarkable isn't any single specification. It's the holistic approach, combining legitimate work truck capability with technology previously reserved for luxury vehicles, wrapped in affordable pricing that doesn't insult professional buyers. Chery recognized that modern pickup customers want vehicles that work as hard as they do, while also serving as mobile offices with the computing power to manage complex businesses. The pickup revolution isn't coming from Detroit or Tokyo. It's emerging from Chinese manufacturers who studied the market, identified gaps, and engineered solutions that traditional players overlooked. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.